In this video, we are going to take this dilapidated, deteriorating surface and resurface it to make it look like this. It's fast, easy, and you're gonna save yourself thousands of dollars. Let's resurface some concrete. So, if you've been following along with the channel, you know that this slab is a dry pour gone horribly wrong. 2 seasons later, we've got this delaminating surface. The base of it is still nice and solid, so we're gonna keep that. But we are going to resurface this and make it look like fresh, brand new concrete with Rapid Set NewCrete. Now, yes, this is a sponsored video by Rapid Set, but this is still the very best resurfacing product to do this very job. In case you're wondering how this stuff holds up, I mean, this is my front porch that I did 3 years ago. In fact, it was a little over 3 years ago, and it still looks as fresh as the day I resurfaced it. Now, before we get to resurfacing, there is some prep work that needs to be done. First, I want to start by excavating some of these pebbles, but then we're going to have to grind the whole surface down and get rid of all of the loose debris, because we don't want the NewCrete or the resurfacer to be sticking to any of the loose stuff. I also want to get rid of some of these textures with the borders that I made and even those out as well, because I don't want those transitioning through. And if you're wondering why I have these curtains up, it's because the sun is beating down on the concrete, which makes it very bright for the exposure of the camera, which makes it very hard for you to see the texture through the lens. All right, so let's get to work. All right, now I'm ready to grind, and I've got a simple, cheap, right angle grinder, but I've got it fixed with a dust collection system that's hooked up to my shop vac, and I also have a very rough diamond blade on here. Nothing super fancy, but it's gonna get the job done. All right, I got the surface all ground down, got all the flaky, shitty stuff that's gone. Now, I'm just gonna power wash it really well. All right, for me, it's the next day. And I'm just taking care of some last minute prep work. The surface is all ground down, it's cleaned off. It's nice and dry, but it doesn't have to be nice and dry. Obviously, I'm taping off the bases. Other prep work I might want to do is, as far as taping off the actual sections, I don't have to do anything because I'm lucky enough I have these big, huge, gaping gaps. But in a real life situation, like if you're doing a driveway or a sidewalk, you would just simply put in either backer rod in your expansion joints, or if there's already expansion material in the joints, you would use like duct tape to tape off each section before you do them. All right, now I just gotta do the other 3 posts, and then we just go on to the easy part, which is applying the material. Mixing this stuff is super easy. It's 4 parts product to 1 part water. And this is, I believe, a 2-quart cup right here, and I believe one of these should be good enough to get us one of these squares. Mix up with a drill. Just make sure that you mix it up to a nice pourable, wet pancake batter consistency. If you mix this up a little bit too stiff, this is going to be so hard to work with. All right, that looks really good. Make sure that you wet down your substrate too before. You don't want the dry substrate to suck the moisture out of the product before it's had a chance to bind. Always have your bucket scraper handy. Now this stuff can go from a feathered edge to a skim coat all the way up to a 1/2 inch thick. But what you're really looking for is something from between a 1/16 to an 1/8 inch thick, really. And I'm already starting to see that I really should have doubled the amount for this square. So I think I'm gonna mix up some more. You can actually trowel this stuff on with just a regular 12-inch trowel, but for the really big areas, you're gonna want a squeegee. Get rid of any boogers or little stray pebbles, otherwise you're just gonna cause you a bunch of headache. Now that I've got the top all evened out, now I'm just gonna go around the corners and the edges with a sponge and blend it all in. And that's it. It's as simple as that. Just make sure you got, just like with anything else Rapid Set, you gotta work fast. And don't overwork this with the sponge, otherwise that could lead to discoloration if you're overworking it and working it past its working time. Now this stuff is formulated so that you don't have to water cure it, but if this is a really hot day, you live in California, definitely give it a little bit of a water cure, okay? All right, now all that's left to do is to just work section by section. While you watch me resurface this entire patio, I just wanted to take a second to thank my awesome patrons for their continued support. All right, I'm all done. Took me about a good 5 to 6 hours. I did have to break for a second halfway through to run to Home Depot to get a couple more boxes of NewCrete. With that being said, this is about 315 square feet, and it took 3 boxes total of NewCrete. Now, as you can see over here, I've got some severe discoloring over here. And 2 things can cause discoloration with the NewCrete. 1 is overworking, like I said. 2, too much water, whether it's too much water in the mix or too much water on the substrate. I strongly believe that the reason why I have discoloration on just these 3 squares is because I oversaturated the substrate before I applied the product. Because as you can see, these other ones, they're perfect. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make kind of a slurry and just kind of go over the dark spots to kind of mask them. I've already done that in a couple spots already. But tomorrow, I'm gonna go ahead and add the gravel back into the expansion joints. Then I'm gonna give you some great finish shots with a good 24-hour cure on it. There it is. Fast, durable, concrete resurfacing. You can walk on this after 2 hours of applying it. I would wait 24 hours for really heavy foot traffic or driving on it. As you can see over here, I still have a little bit of touching up to do to get rid of that discoloration, but I'll be able to take care of that quickly, no big deal. Also over here in this corner, hid this crack very nicely. Some very helpful tips to get you through a project like this is, again, work from section to section. Keep it as small as possible because this stuff sets up quickly, so you gotta be quick too. If you can control it, try to work out of the sunlight. Try to work on an overcast day or a gloomy day if you can, because the sun makes this stuff set even quicker. Work with really cold water. And whatever you do, do not use the water that is straight out of your hose that's been baking in the reel all day long. Warm or hot water will make this stuff set up before you can even get it out of the bucket. And you don't have to use a sponge to blend it in. If you're good enough at squeegeeing this stuff out with a nice finish, by all means, leave it there. Me, I need a little bit more help, so I use the sponge to even things out and to cheat a little bit. And the last thing, make sure you keep your tools clean. Just clean them every once in a while. Every 2 batches, maybe give them a once over. Keeping your tools clean will always make your job easier. But this is a great, inexpensive way to give your concrete a new lease on life. It's fast, easy, and you're gonna save yourself thousands of dollars. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.